The Galactic Council had been monitoring the small blue planet for decades, cataloging its primitive inhabitants with the same detached interest they reserved for particularly aggressive bacteria. Earth's humans were classified as level 2 on the civilization scale, capable of splitting atoms but incapable of faster-than-light travel. They were expected to either destroy themselves within the next century or slowly evolve into something worthy of acknowledgement in perhaps 1,000 years. Ambassador Zexhai of the Altarian Empire found the humans amusing. Their violent tendencies and stubborn independence reminded him of his own species' early days, though the Altarians had possessed natural telepathic abilities that made their transition to galactic citizenship far smoother. These humans, with their chemical-based emotions and primitive communication methods, seemed destined for the same fate as 93% of emerging civilizations: extinction through their own barbarism. That assessment changed in a single terrifying moment. The first sign something was wrong came from the perimeter sensors of the Altarian trade route through the Sol system's outer reaches. Deep space monitoring stations detected an energy signature, unlike anything in their databases, a gravitational distortion that bent space-time itself into impossible geometries. The readings were so massive that 3 separate station commanders assumed equipment failure before the 4th confirmed the impossible truth. Something was coming out of hyperspace, something big. Admiral Veltara, commanding the Altarian Third Fleet from the bridge of her dreadnought Cosmic Tide, received the alerts with practiced calm. In her 400 years of service, she had seen every manner of spacecraft, from the crystalline vessels of the Etherians to the biomechanical horrors of the Swarm Collective. Whatever emerged from that hyperspace rift would be catalogued, assessed, and dealt with according to standard protocol. The Cosmic Tide and her escort of 12 heavy cruisers moved to investigate, their sleek hulls cutting through the void with lethal grace. The Altarian fleet represented the pinnacle of their civilization's military might, ships that had conquered star systems and brought entire species to heel. Against a level 2 civilization, they were practically invincible. The hyperspace rift tore open like a wound in reality itself. What emerged defied every law of physics the Altarians understood. The vessel was impossibly massive, a dark leviathan that stretched nearly 50 kilometers from bow to stern, its hull a testament to human engineering that bordered on the incomprehensible. Armor plating thick enough to withstand stellar bombardment covered a frame built not for elegance but for one purpose: destruction on an unimaginable scale. The humans had designated it UES Leviathan, humanity's first Titan-class warship. Admiral Veltara stared at her tactical displays in stunned silence as the computer system struggled to process what they were seeing. The energy readings coming from the human vessel were off the scale. Reactor signatures that suggested power output equivalent to a small star, weapon systems that registered as theoretical impossibilities, and defensive arrays that seemed to bend the laws of physics themselves. "Impossible," whispered her tactical officer, all 4 of his arms trembling as he worked his console. The power requirements alone. How did they achieve faster-than-light travel? Our intelligence said they were decades away from even basic hyperspace theory. Veltara's answer came in the form of a transmission that cut through every encryption protocol, every security barrier, and every communication shield the Altarian fleet possessed. The signal bypassed their technology entirely, speaking directly to their universal translators with a precision that suggested intimate knowledge of their systems. "This is Admiral Chen Wei of the United Earth Starfleet, commanding the UES Leviathan, to the unknown vessels in our solar system. You have 30 seconds to identify yourselves and state your intentions in Terran space." The voice was calm, professional, and carried an undertone of absolute certainty that chilled Veltara to her core. These weren't the primitive savages from the intelligence reports. This was something else entirely. "Unknown human vessel," Veltara transmitted back, fighting to keep her voice steady. "I am Admiral Veltara of the Altarian Third Fleet. We are conducting routine patrols in accordance with Galactic Council Mandate 7-49C. Your species is classified as pre-contact. By what authority do you claim this system?" The response came faster than light speed should have allowed. "By right of birth, Admiral. This is humanity's home system and you are trespassing. You have 15 seconds to begin withdrawal procedures or face the consequences." Veltara's blood froze. The human ship had somehow transmitted instantaneously across the system. a feat that should have been impossible even for the most advanced civilizations. More disturbing was the tone, not a threat but a simple statement of fact delivered with the certainty of natural law. "Admiral," her sensor officer reported, his voice barely above a whisper, "I'm reading weapon systems charging. The energy output, it's beyond our measurement capacity. I don't think our shields can—" "5 seconds," came Admiral Chen's voice. Veltara made the only decision that would save her fleet. "All vessels, emergency hyperspace jump, maximum range. Execute immediately." The Altarian Third Fleet vanished into hyperspace, leaving the Leviathan alone in the outer system's darkness. Within hours, the news reached every corner of the galaxy. Humanity had not simply achieved faster-than-light travel, they had transcended it. The Leviathan represented a quantum leap in technology that bypassed conventional physics entirely, utilizing principles that made their civilization's greatest achievements seem like children's toys. Emergency sessions convened across the Galactic Council. Intelligence agencies that had dismissed humanity as irrelevant scrambled to reanalyze decades of observational data, searching for clues they had missed. The galaxy's greatest military minds tried to comprehend how a species had gone from level 2 to beyond level 9 in what seemed like an instant. The answer, when it came, was more terrifying than any weapon system. Humanity had been watching, learning. For over a century, they had detected and cataloged every alien transmission, every scout ship, every casual violation of their solar system's sovereignty. They had reverse-engineered technologies from the few alien artifacts that had fallen to Earth. But more importantly, they had improved upon them with a creativity and ruthless efficiency that no other species possessed. While the galaxy's civilizations had grown complacent with their technological superiority, humanity had been preparing for war. The Leviathan was not just a warship, it was a message, a declaration that humanity would not be conquered, cataloged, or controlled. They had spent decades building in secret, designing weapons that could crack planets and defenses that could withstand supernovas, all while maintaining the illusion of primitive isolation. Admiral Chen's final transmission to the fleeing Altarian fleet echoed across every communications channel in the galaxy. "Let this serve as notice to all civilizations. Humanity claims its place among the stars not as subjects but as equals. We have seen your fleets, studied your technologies, and found them wanting. Any who approach our worlds in peace will find welcome. Any who come as conquerors will find only silence." The galaxy fell quiet. Trade routes shifted away from Terran space. Entire civilizations reconsidered expansion plans that had seemed inevitable just hours before. The humans had spoken, and their voice carried the weight of annihilation itself. In the depths of space, the Leviathan continued its patrol, a dark sentinel watching over humanity's first steps into a galaxy that would never be the same again.